Are you dating an emotional manipulator? Relationship experts reveal 6 warning signs that prove your relationship is toxic and will only lead to heartbreak. If your feelings are consistently being diminished and you often find yourself apologizing to your partner when you were the one hurt by their bad behavior, chances are you are stuck in a toxic relationship with an emotional manipulator. According to relationship experts, emotional manipulators prey on your vulnerabilities and often use your own words against you in order to get what they want, and just when you have hit your breaking point, they lure you back in with a touching apology and the promise of change. However, Beatty Cohan, a psychotherapist and author based both in New York and Saraosta, Florida, said there are clear signs your partner is an emotional manipulator, explaining that once you start noticing them, you need to leave the relationship immediately before it becomes any more toxic. When we start to feel that something is off, we have to trust our instincts that something is just not okay, she said of the warning signs that she claims most people tend to ignore. The author of For Better, For Worse, Forever, Discover the Path to Lasting Love explained that people in these types of relationships aren't miserable all of the time. There can be bouts of time when things are going great, and that's when confusion really sets in. You feel like you are on a roller coaster ride, Beatty said, noting that the earlier you get out, the better, because you'll find yourself in a circular relationship that wears you down and makes you feel bad about yourself. And she warned that so often verbal and emotional manipulation can turn into abuse. So, how can you be sure you are dating an emotional manipulator? Does your partner diminish your feelings? According to Beatty, emotional manipulators are only concerned about their own needs and wants. If you try to have open and honest conversation about moments when you feel hurt or invalidated, you will be shut down with claims that you are being silly or overeating. Patty Blue Hayes, an author and life coach specializing in heartbreak recovering, wrote in an article for Your Tango that their calm demeanor and your heightened emotion or sensitivity may trick you into doubting yourself. You start wondering whether maybe they're right, she explained. An emotional manipulator will never apologize. Instead, they will blame you and make you start to doubt your emotions. If you find yourself constantly asking yourself if you are overreacting or being too sensitive, it is time to move on. Does your partner put you down? If your partner continuously insults you or makes fun of you when you're out in public, chances are he or she is an emotional manipulator. This kind of person will prey on your insecurities, but their tactics may not be overtly obvious. The person you are dating may simply tease you in a way that makes your friends and family feel like you are in on a joke, when in reality you are hurt by their words. For example, an emotional manipulator may know that you are feeling self-conscious about gaining a few pounds, yet instead of being supportive, they will call you out for having a third slice of pizza when you are hanging out with your friends. Beatty pointed out that women who grew up in a home where their families put them down grow used to this kind of dynamic, which is why we need to educate ourselves on what is really okay and what is not. We cannot enable bad behavior, she said. The psychotherapist, who is all about personal responsibility, asked, if you are in a social situation and your partner is making these snide remarks, my question is, what are you going to do about it? If your partner continues to belittle you after you have voiced how much their words hurt you, you should remove yourself from the relationship immediately. Are you dating an emotional manipulator? 1. Your partner frequently diminishes your feelings and makes you feel like you're overreacting. 2. Your partner puts you down in front of your family and friends. 3. Your partner blames you for their bad behavior. 4. Your partner refuses to explain themselves and often claims you wouldn't understand. 5. Your partner is always one-upping you. If you had a bad day at work, their day was worse. 6. Your partner will briefly change their ways when you are about to leave. Does your partner hold you responsible for their bad behavior? An emotional manipulator will not take responsibility for their actions. Instead, they will place blame and claim their response was justified based on something you did. Someone who is an emotional manipulator will always make their partner question the validity of their feelings. For example, if your partner yells at you for asking if they paid the electric bill, they may say that you should know that they are stressed at work and can't be bothered with such trivial things. Single quote You don't make anybody do anything, Beatty said of such bad behavior. You choose to behave in a certain way. Does your partner refuse to explain themselves? Patty explained that emotional manipulators will use belittling statement like you wouldn't understand because they have no desire in having authentic, real communication with you. They want to make you feel like you were beneath them by claiming you couldn't possibly understand, she added. On the flip side, an emotional manipulator who refuses to communicate their needs will get angry when you don't meet them, leaving you constantly waiting for them to get upset about something you've unknowingly failed to do. Does your partner one-up you? Emotional manipulators only care about themselves, so if you say you had a bad day at work, they will go on about how much worse their day was instead of comforting you. Once again, your feelings will go invalidated and you will be made to feel guilty about trying to communicate. Does your partner change their ways only when you've had enough? Emotional manipulators have a knack for knowing when you are ready to give up and leave them. At this point, when you are close to walking away, they will charm you and offer things that vaguely sounds like apologies, but chances are, once you get back into the groove of your relationship, they will start going back to their old ways. Beatty said that it is possible for an emotional manipulator to change, however, if they actively seek help for their controlling ways. But she also warned that while it is important for them to acknowledge that they have underlying issues, addressing is very different than taking action and resolving the problem. Unless you are with someone who is willing to acknowledge, address and resolve their issues, you need to run to the nearest exit, Beatty added. What do you do if your partner is an emotional manipulator? Patty Blue Hayes, an author and life coach specializing in heartbreak recovering, told Daily Mail Online that if your partner falls into the category of an emotional manipulator, it is likely you may have some limiting beliefs about your self-worth. Combine that with being stuck in a pattern of communication that doesn't feel positive and often feels confusing. It's a tangled emotional web to work your way out of, she explained. 1. Believe in yourself and fortify your self-confidence. Patty advised that you should listen to affirmations when you are getting ready, out for a walk or traveling to work because they will start to have a positive effect on your understanding that you are deserving of respect. Jot down a few positive aspects about yourself on a daily basis and keep rereading them, she added. You can rally support of friends and family, asking them to let you know what they like about you. 2. Nurture your inner calm and remain neutral. Patty said you should imagine a cool blue self-protection bubble that surrounds you and protects you from your partner's harsh words and blame while asking yourself, is this their stuff or mine? Observe them as if they were a stranger, she said. Break your own habit of emotionally reacting by simply seeing them as if you'd met them for the first time and had no history together. Patty noted, it's enlightening to see someone's behavior from a neutral stance. This will help you to work your way out of the web of their manipulation. 3. Work on improving your communication skills together. Patty said you should ask your partner if they would be interested in improving your communication skills as a couple. If they agree, introduce them to the phrasing, "You felt when you What I'd like instead is For example, I felt hurt when you've cancelled our date night 3 times. I'd really like for you to make our time together a priority. However, Patty noted that if you are talking reasonably but they are getting agitated, simply put an end to the conversation and walk away. Their old habit of trying to bait you will likely continue, and now it's your challenge to develop healthy habits for yourself of disengaging from their heightened emotional state, she explained. And if they get angry and defensive at your first mention of building your communication skills or dismiss your request, Patty said you have bigger questions to ask yourself. If your partner doesn't seem open to any modification of dialogue and claiming their feelings, and can't communicate in a calm manner, You may want to seek support to determine why you're in the relationship, Patty said. She added, if your partner is open and you both see improvement, continue deepening your understanding of each other by reading a book together on effective communication in relationships. Seek support with a relationship coach or counselor. Take a few days to attend a couples workshop. Recognize that you deserve to feel emotional safety in your relationship. Our partnerships should support us, not demean us. Remember, the very important first step is to elevate our own feelings of self-worth, esteem and value.